Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you guys some ways to make your 808 and your kick louder. These methods work and I'm going to show them to you. So I made this beat here and let me play it for you guys. And okay, look, this 808 and this kick have nothing on it but some simple EQ. And while this 808 has overdrive and a compressor to sidechain, it just has a sidechain. And these kick and 808 have what I'm going to show you guys, so you guys will be able to hear the difference before I show you guys how to do it. So let me play this beat for you guys and you guys will be able to hear the difference. It's just some simple piano with some EQ. I think I transposed it up a little bit, or down, so this is where it comes in. And it has nothing on it but some EQ, overdrive, and compressor. Okay, so as you guys can hear, there's a difference, and you might be wondering what these little green dots are, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So I don't know exactly what the method or what it's called, but I just know how to do it. And you just want to open up, if you don't see this fader, you want to left click this, go to binumeral pan, and then this green dot comes out. And usually you can zoom in, and if you haven't seen the video on how to zoom in, it's the last video I posted, it would pop up here. So you just want to grab this little green dot and just drag it to the center, and you'll be able to hear the difference. So this is how, and you're able to move this green dot anywhere. So if you want to place your 808 anywhere else, you're probably going to need headphones or some speakers to be able to hear the difference. So you want to do that to both the kick and the 808. And same thing, the green dot's going to be over there, and you just want to bring it down. And before you do this, you might want to bring the volume a little bit down, because it'll also be too loud. So, because it's going to make up in the volume. So you bring the volume down a little, so once you put it centered, the volume comes back up. So it's kind of like you just lower it, and when you do this method, it brings it back up, if that makes sense. I hope it does. So that's one way of doing it. The next method is actually making sure your kick pattern is at 127 velocity. If you haven't seen my other video on how to make your drums louder, it's actually using this method and just making sure everything's up. So if you play it or draw it in, just click it, just make sure everything's all the way up. So that's another way to make your drums louder. So combining these two methods, your drums become louder and they cut through the mix. So the third method is actually EQing all the low end from all your other instruments. Even if you don't, even like your hi-hats, if they don't have anything in the low end, suppose, you still want to cut it out, because at the end of the day it still does have low end. So if you never cut the low end out of your instruments, all that low end builds up, and then your 808 and your kick have to fight for it. So I can show you guys here how in this hi-hat you wouldn't expect it to have low end, but in reality it does. So if you grab this, you can bring it up, and as you can see here, there's still low end. So all that fights, all that frequencies build up. So you just want to cut it. So that's the third method, is actually just cutting all the low end from all the other instruments. So it's just the 808 and the kick in the low end, and they don't clash with anything. So the fourth method is actually side chaining. I did it on my last video, how to side chain, and it's simple. I just use the R compressor, click side chain, click what instrument, which is the kick, so that way is this side chained? So that way the kick is punching through and then the 808's more in the background. And like I said in the last video, you could flip it. So if you want the 808 on top of the kick, you could do that too. You'll just put the compressor on the kick. And then the last method, which is just dropping a compressor on it. So if you go, let me take this one off. It's a stock compressor on Logic. So if you go to Dynamics, you go to Compressor, you put Stereo. And if you go to one of the factory presets, which is drums, and if you click any of these, which is Type R Tight Drum Kit, Type U, or the Type R Drum Kit, and the Type U, if you use any of these, it would make your kick a lot tighter and it just punches through the mix. Let me do that. Let me turn it off. So compressing your kick actually punches through your mix more. So this is what it sounds like now. So all I really did was just make this green dot here using the panning, adding some compression, making sure the velocity is at 127, and then cutting all the low end from all the other instruments. And that's how you really make your drums really loud. And then lastly, just make sure you know where you're hitting. So you want to be aiming around, I would say -6, in between -9 and 6. Just want to hit in between there. And same thing with the 808. Depending how loud you want it is where you're going to put it. And then making sure all your other instruments are a bit lower than -6. You just really want to set the kick as the tone and then build around that, if that makes sense. So that's just the way I make my drums louder, or my kick and my 808 louder, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So if you guys watched to the end, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. My name's David. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you.